Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle and I'm from Cageless Readings. So, if you don't see the video I'm going to post about kind of a transition I'm taking in my channel, I'm going pretty hard on the love readings for the next 2 months. You can check it out, I'll link it in this video once I get it posted. But basically, I have always just undermined the importance of relationship readings, like specifically like love readings. I don't know why. I think it was just because there was always an overflow of those kind of readings on YouTube pick-a-cards, and I was like, what if people have other issues they need to figure out? And as the universe does, it hit me really hard with a lesson recently where my partner of 5 years and the one that I went into business with left me very randomly. Like 5 days before he broke up, we were talking about buying a house, and then bam, he met this woman we were about to go into business with, and he decided to leave me for her. And it was kind of a messed up, shocking situation. And what I'm just taking from it is just like, there's no other moment in anyone's life where you feel worse than when you've lost someone you love, whether it's through death or it's through relationship. And it's such a huge change in your life. So I just actually feel like I need to apologize to people for not valuing these readings. And that might sound very odd, and I even get emotional about it because I just really feel like I just didn't get it before. And I had a judgment around it, and I have to say I'm sorry. I was not fair about it. So that being said, I'm going to try to make up for my wrongdoings here, and I'm just gonna go hard on it, and just kind of even using my own sort of pain and experience here to see if I can even do card readings maybe that would other people are looking for. I'm sure there's tons out there on YouTube, but you know, as I've come to realize, like, sometimes you really just need the one that's meant for you. So that all being said, today's pick a card reading, the topic is going to be what do you need to know about love right now? I'm just keeping it pretty open. So you can choose by these cute little candles or the deck underneath. And then for each deck, I'm going to pull from the one you choose. And then I'm just going to add in the Doreen Virtue Romance deck because of my beliefs around love readings. I actually don't have any other relationship decks really other than this one. So I've ordered a bunch off Amazon. Sorry, it's just the fastest way to get it when you're in a mountain town. And I'm gonna bring them into the channel. So yeah, we're really shifting here. So that being said, I'll get you into your piles. First, I am gonna clear the energy. The reason why I do this is I just like to make sure everyone is grounded. Clear of thought, clear of mind, especially if you're going through some turmoil like myself. Your mind can be really circulatory, and you can find, even though you're trying to kind of get off that stuck pattern, you can keep circling into that pattern of thought, if you know what I mean, where you're like, okay, I'm not going to think about this anymore. Oh shit, I'm still thinking about it. I don't want to think about it anymore, but here I am. So when I do the sound, it is just to help you kind of clear that mental chatter, so you can set an intention for it, what you're wanting to release. Could just be you want to ground yourself, you want to release this chaos, like it just to help you be in alignment and reconnected with your intuition and your higher self. That's all we're doing here. So I'm gonna ding it, I think 4 times. Like 4 is my favorite number. I think I'm gonna do it that. So I'm just setting the intention that this grounds you all in your highest good and love and light. Okay, that's all we do. So now that being said, if you've never done a pick a card reading before, all we do is we kind of put a hand on our heart and we ask ourselves, connecting into where your hand is on your heart and just saying, is there a pile here that has a message for me today? And then whatever one you're drawn to, whether it's the item on top, the deck, the image on the deck, you just feel like it's pile 2, you just know it's pile 3, whatever it is, you just trust that, and that's how your intuition is communicating with you. You can also look at the numbers associated with each pile in the description box below, because sometimes you've been seeing those numbers a lot, and it could be a random number like 37, and you're like, why am I seeing that number so dang much? And that could just be why. So that being said, for pile 1, you have this cute purple candle to choose from. Or you have the magical messages from the unicorns deck. Maybe put them together. There you go. You have these 2. Okay, pile 2, or option 2, we have the pink candle. Or the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. And lastly, for your other option, we have, I think it's kind of like a blue or a green, maybe. In real life, it looks like confusing between the 2 colors, but on the camera, I'm sure it looks obviously green or something like that, but it's like we'll call it green, just in the pile selection, make things easy. And then the other one here is Daily Guidance from the Angels Oracle. These are all, well, actually, this one's by Kyle Gray, the second one, and the other 2 are all by Doreen Virtue. So if that makes your decision easier or not, I'm not sure. So I'll give you a couple seconds here, and once you've decided, I'll see you all in your piles. Hello, pile 1. So you all chose the purple candle, or the magical messages from the unicorns. And we're just gonna ask, all in your highest good and love and light, what do you need to know right now about love? What do you need to know? All in your highest good. Okay, that is actually a lot more cards than I was anticipating. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's start with those, and then I'll pull from this deck after I've gone through all these for you. So, the interesting thing is when you're working with an energy or working through something, I feel like there's a lot more messages that come through, like me being the reader, reading for someone else also going through stuff. So here we go. We have love your parents, curiosity, forgive, definitely yes. It's okay to be different, change, imagine. Also, the first thing I'm picking up on is a ton of purple. So tons of crown chakra, tons of downloads, tons of new inspirations coming in, exercise, and you are gifted. Which actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, you chose the purple candle, and the color that's standing out to me the most in this pick a card already is the color purple. So that's really interesting. So first thing, let me just take a second here to just actually tune in what is going on in a relationship. If you've chosen this pile. Okay, so my general vibe is that if you've chosen this, you are currently single. I don't know the exact outcome to which you arrived there. The focus here is more on encouraging you to move forward. So you might have been single for a month or 2, maybe? Is that what I'm getting? A couple of months. I don't feel like it's super, super fresh. Like, I don't think you just, this is under a week ago, but I mean, I could be wrong. It does feel like you've had a little bit of time to digest. The energy here feels like you're kind of just needing some confirmations. You're remind me again why it's good, why I'm staying single, why I'm being single right now. And that is kind of something I'm kind of getting a vibe around is I think this pile is still kind of digesting the last relationship. And honestly, if you've chosen this and you're like, I've been single for like a year, I could also see that. Don't feel like you've chosen like totally the wrong pile. I just feel like it's saying like there is just some stuff that went on that you're still trying to work your head around. Lots of things are changing in your life still, or just starting to change. And what I really find interesting, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. What I find really interesting here is that a lot of this is saying, like, don't blame yourself. So why is it saying that? I'm kind of asking you, kind of asking the guides here. Why is it saying that? Okay, yeah, okay. What I keep getting is just like, like I feel like you feel like you're carrying more of the responsibility for why the relationship ended. You feel like you could have done more. You could have done something differently. Could have seen the red flags. For some of you, it's literally like you're just beating yourself up for taking so long to have seen the pattern in the last relationship, or that this was going to happen, that it was going to end. So, I mean, it is tricky to say because I am going through a breakup myself, but I feel like you had like a similarly vibe where I feel like you were probably broken up with. And I feel like for this pile as well, like it just like I just keep looking at all these like little unicorns and they just seem so disheartened. Like I feel like you were a little bit blindsided and you were a little bit surprised by it as well, by this change, by them ending things. And I feel like this is why it keeps coming back to forgive. Like I feel like you kind of just kept going like, huh, I didn't see it coming. And then maybe you go through like waves where then you're a little bit frustrated or angry at yourself for not seeing it coming. Like it's just like it's a little bit all over the place. But overall, I feel like your emotion actually is more like disheartened, like sad, a little devastated. But disheartened is the word they keep saying. Like I feel like that's the closest verbiage I can give to the emotions you keep kind of going through. And then what the other thing I love here is like here's this little unicorn and it's making friends with a squirrel and the unicorn's sad, but the squirrel is like, hey, I got your back. And then there's this little other friend coming along to be like, oh, does anyone else need help here? And then same thing here, there's someone comforting the unicorn. The cat is comforting the unicorn. I feel like in this like this imagery here with the curiosity and the cat, I feel like it's just like I feel like the cat is like trying to remind the unicorn of the beauty and the excitement of life and everything's going to be okay. And I feel like it's taking your face and just saying like, hey, like look at me, like you're going to be okay. There are other things to be excited about in life and this is really hard right now, but look at how amazing some things can be, which it is important to feel our feelings, but we don't need to feel them 24 hours a day, feel like in a slump, devastated, heartbroken, sad, completely rejected, all those confusing emotional waves that we can go through. We don't need to feel that 24 hours a day, like 7 days a week. Like that's also not healthy for us. And that's where I get that forgiveness thing. Like don't beat yourself up like that. It's just a waste of your time to be stuck in that. So I just feel like there's some messages for sure about like I feel like friends. I'm not getting any other romantic partners, like I was saying. I haven't pulled your other love cards yet, so don't worry. We're gonna pull those more, I think, for like the future energy coming in for you. But right now I feel like there's such a strong focus on you just be supported by friends, and they come in all different shapes and sizes. Like they're saying like it's not just gonna be one type of friend. You're gonna have some friends helping you somewhere, another friend helping you with something else. You have a friend bringing you compassion, a friend making you remember the beauty of life, a friend that is like comforting you and reminding you how like beautiful and mighty you are, and not to like creep around in the world and try to hide yourself. Like you deserve to be seen, and you're just all these like I feel like you just have some great people. And some of them you might not even know that well. Some of them might have just been like acquaintances or something like that, but they're really going to come through for you right now. That's what I see. Like if maybe you haven't gotten to that place, like you're a little nervous to like let people in because you're just feeling so disheartened, or you're just feeling like maybe even like a little bit embarrassed or like a little bit bad, like you could have done something. It's just saying reach out to these people because you'll be so surprised at how compassionate other people can be when they see another human in pain, and another human needing help. But it's up to you to ask for it. So I think you're learning that though. I don't feel like I'm telling you anything. I'm just reminding you because I feel like you already started to do that. So good job on you. That is like one of the hardest things, is to be vulnerable with other people and tell them when we're needing support and help. So you're doing good. I feel like this, I feel very proud of this pile. Like I can just see that like you're feeling your emotions, which is super, super healthy. But the only thing I think they're saying is just give yourself breaks in between like that really heaviness to just like remember why life is good. I think that's the only like real guidance they're saying to like shift a little bit from. And then even like this imagine card, I so love this because I actually see like this little fairy like offering a little bouquet to this person, which I feel is I see as you, and it's just saying like just imagine. Here says what you see, feel, think, and hear is if your wish came true. Ah, I read that so funny. What would you see, feel, think, and hear if your wish came true? So this is talking about manifestation. So this is saying, you know what, this last relationship snuck up on you. It did not, and in a way that maybe was very honoring of you, but do not give up on love. I feel like that is a big thing I keep seeing here. So even with the definitely yes, like I'm kind of getting mixed messages with this around definitely yes, there will be somebody else who will value you as you deserve to be valued and value your relationship as you deserve to be valued. But also it's also saying definitely yes. If you're still in a space where you're like, should I be with that person? Was it right to break up? I get that they're saying definitely yes, it was best for you. Although the how it might have happened might have been horrible, devastating, shocking. Just I do keep getting that. I feel like you guys were also so shocked. Like this curiosity card just is like screaming that. Like I just didn't know. And I'm just, yeah, I know it seems so hard to believe. It is like one of those secret blessings in disguise where it's like you got to see the other person for who they truly are and how they truly think. And I feel like maybe you didn't ever really get let into that way they thought or the way they were truly thinking. And so this is, it's like it's so hard, but oh, they're just so big about your value and like so much inspiration coming through. They're definitely saying you keep manifesting in your ideal partner who supports, loves you, and is honest with you. I think that will be a really important word for this pile is honesty. You treasure and value honesty in your partnerships because even if it's a hard truth, at least it's not a lie and you're not so blindsided and you know what's actually going on. So anyways, I'm not going to tell you what to value in your partners, but I just feel like that is something you're really going to appreciate in future partnerships whenever you feel ready. It could be a long time from now, it could be soon, but what I like about this, I feel like you're just so like, I'm just not there. I'm not even like really thinking about it. Like maybe sometimes there's like that little like question, like, will there be someone else? But you're like not sticking to it because I feel like you're still just like mourning this relationship that has happened. The exercise card, I actually love this because it's like a little reminder that you know what, you don't like exercise because you feel like you have to become like the hottest person in the world to make this person feel bad or something, you know, like you know what, I shouldn't even say that because I'm not even feeling this energy from this pile. You guys are not like that. But when I see exercise, it's just like just get out there and like feel good. Do whatever makes you feel good. So it's not talking about you, needing to go and like get a super beach bod or whatever people say. It's talking about you just doing whatever makes you feel glowy and happy and strong and confident in your body. So maybe you just go join a dance class and that's your exercise. It's just moving your body, shaking out that stuck energy and building up that confidence that I think got broken a little bit when this person just mysteriously left. And yeah, run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. I love that she's in a field of like daisies too. I don't know, daisies always feel so gentle to me. I can't quite explain it, but their energy feels soothing and gentle and just like comforting. I know it's a weird thing to say about a flower, but I feel like if you could lie down in a field of daisies, you would just feel a little more at peace. Like, I guess that makes sense. If you lie down in a field of roses, it would be quite painful. Daisies are quite soft. So there's just something there. And maybe it's because they also are the same color as chamomile, which is very soothing as well. So there's just something that I love about it. And I just also love the energy coming off the exercise card, because I feel like this is you at your true beauty. And this is who you normally are, is feeling good and confident and strong in who you are. And unfortunately, like this past relationship just sort of made you forget that a little bit. And the way it broke up, I think that's really it is. They just keep saying the breakup really made you question your value, how you're perceived in the world, um, like who you want to be. Like it's just absolutely devastated you guys. So I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Um, Also, so change, whenever I see this, oh, it seems like such a great thing. It says like, when I see this card now, I see it as like extreme chaos, and like your structures got destroyed, your foundations got destroyed. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys had to get kicked out of your house with your partner, or maybe you just were joined in a business or something. There was some sort of connection that gave you very, like you were very closely tied in, and then I feel like it just crumbled. So maybe you were even in the process of buying a house with them, and you paid your down payment, they paid theirs, and now there's some sort of like actual thing that just kind of feels like blew up in your guys' face. Sorry about that. That's like the best terminology you can get for it. And it's saying, as horrible as that is, like, and as hard as it can feel right now to hear this, I just feel like it's saying, like, it's this saved you. You, even though it feels like not a great way to have to disconnect with them or great timing, this is a better way than if it had taken longer. Yes, they probably could have ended something sooner, but they just weren't going to do that, you know, because of whatever reason. You know why, kind of, I think. Wasn't maybe as good of timing for them. But I just feel like they're saying, like, you are going to come out of this stronger, and change is amazing for you. This whole change is way better for you once you've had time to heal and kind of grieve this wounded heart. And you are very intelligent and talented. I feel like this is just your guys coming through once again, just saying, stop beating yourself up. There is nothing you could have done to foresee this. There is nothing you could have done to change this person's mind. You are a beautiful person. Like, I just keep wanting to say that. I can just feel it. Like, the fact that you're even taking it in the way you are, like, your energy is just, like, so sad. But like I said, I don't even feel that much anger. Like, I feel like you're just like, oh, maybe it could have been better. Like, you're just like, you know, like, you're just such a good person. Do not feel like you did anything wrong. This person, if they had any doubts or if they wanted out of the relationship, they should have done something differently where they voiced it to you, because I feel like I think you would have handled it very well. Like, you would have been sad, but I think you would have been understanding. And so if this is something that you're struggling with, if the person said they couldn't tell you it, I would not believe that for a second, because I don't even know you. And I can feel from your energy that that is not how you would have responded. That is not how you would have acted. You're not that person. You're a very good person. You're very kind. You care about other people. You care about your impact on other people, which is also probably why you never would have ended the relationship in the way they did. Which, once again, I don't know how that is. I just see that it was not very honoring to you. And surprising, like I keep saying, very surprising. This love from your parents, no matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. This is just very beautiful. I think this is just kind of saying, like, you know what, your family does care about you right now. And you know what, for some of you, I even think it's like your parents maybe aren't being very outwardly supportive of you right now, and this breaking up or this like relationship ending. And it usually comes through just to say, like, you know what, they just don't really know how to support you right now, but they absolutely love you. They don't think less of you. I even kind of get the vibe that they want to comfort you, but for some of them, they just really don't know how. Like, it's just like the whole thing shocked them. They're not even sure how to digest the situation, their emotions. They don't know how to manage their own expectations that were not met, like kind of like a hangover, expectation hangover or something like that. And so, yeah, for some of you, I do feel like you're like, my parents haven't been that great about it, but I think, unfortunately, they are also very shocked and not sure what to do. And then I almost feel like they don't want to bring it up because they don't know how to like handle uncomfortable emotions for some of them. So then it's just weird. But in other cases though, I feel like some of you, it's saying like your parents, if you go over to their house right now, they'll just hold you and hug you and let you cry your face off if that's what you need. Like there's a little bit of a mixed message there, but I mean, not everyone's going to have the exact same parents. You kind of know if your parents are the one who's going to hug you, and you also kind of know if your parents have been oddly not as supportive as you would have liked. So in both cases, your parents do really care. One, they just like aren't good with emotions and they just don't know how to help you. And then the other one, it's like, it's just a reminder, like, you can go over right now and they'll support you and love you. And they want the best for you. And then I haven't talked about it's okay to be different yet. So it says you don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just as you are. Once again, if there was some sort reference in this breakup to you not being normal or not being as understanding as other people, like whatever shit was said to you, I'm getting a very clear message that just drop that, let that go. That is that person who broke up with you, limiting beliefs of you, like your justifications, like they felt bad. They did whatever they did it in a shitty way. And the way to make themselves feel better is kind of putting some of the blame on you, because I feel like they can't even, I mean, if they shocked you, like they actually can't even deal with their own shadow shit and their own emotions and they're not taking accountability. They are not. So you do not take that on. You are beautiful. Everyone else thinks you're beautiful. And this person is just dealing with their own shit. So yeah, I can't be strong enough about that. Okay. So that being said, I want to look at future partner energy coming in, or yeah, do we want that? What do we want? Let's just say, what do we need to know about love again? Because maybe for some of you, you're just like, what should I be doing right now? I can't even think that far in the future. I'm just still processing. So let's just see. Okay. Religious factors, attraction, wedding, engagement, worth waiting for. Okay. Interesting. So that is so interesting. Religious factors came through, guys. Your life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Sorry, this is like one of those things where it's too closely related to my own breakup that I need to just take a second, step back from my own shit, and then like tune into yours, because I don't want to accidentally tell you my story, you know? So just give me a second here. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting here, so I feel like these two are connected, and then these are like future energy. So right now it's so interesting because, I mean, you take this how it makes sense to your situation. I do think some people, it was like belief systems on how you see the world. So like, how would I put it? For some of you, it's like this person might have not been on the same page as you on what you even want to do with your life, or how you see the world, or how you believe people should treat each other in the world. Like there's something going on there. It's like a morals and values issue is kind of what I'm getting. But then I also see like this other weird kind of flip side when I look at it. I wonder if this is like, maybe they told you it was for one reason, but actually there was a lot more underlining real reasons, but it was easier to say like this like religious factor kind of card, like, oh, it's because like I want someone who like goes to church with me, or it could be maybe it's because I want someone who does this specific spiritual thing with me. I don't know, but I feel like there's a bit of an excuse, and then I see underneath it the real issue was like is I just see you as just like actually being someone who is very level-headed, who is very fair. How do I put it? Like I almost feel like, oh my gosh, it's like one of those things where I just see the image and understand it so well that I'm like, how do you explain this? I see you as someone who's just very confident in who you are in the world. And I think like I keep saying, like, you actually just are actually a really good person. Like, you're like glowing and you're like gold with light and love. And I feel like you want to like be of service to the world, to people, but you also honor yourself. Like, you're just like this beautiful, healthy balance. I really want to make that clear. Like, I feel like you're actually quite healthy in how you see the world and how you see yourself compared to a next person. Like, I feel like it's almost like you don't compare yourself to other people. You're never competing with other people. And I think the person that you were with wasn't that way. I think they're almost intimidated by the way you thought in the world. Like um, they couldn't see the world that way, and I feel like they're intimidated by you. Actually, like I don't quite know how to put it. Like I feel like they saw you as powerful as you were and as good as person as you were, and even though they treated you and kind of brought you down and kind of devalued you, I think to like break up with you, it's crazy because I think at the end of the day they actually see you as like it's so funny. Like I almost feel like maybe they put you up on a pedestal. Um and then they felt like they couldn't meet up to it and then put you down and then like left you in justifying that you just weren't a great person. It's very weird. It feels diluted. That's the way I'm gonna say it because I look at this card and I'm like, I feel like you were told a reason and there was a lot of shit underneath that were the real reason, and that surface reason might not even have made sense to you because it doesn't feel real. It feels like a false excuse to just get out without having to admit to what was really going on. And then the other card here, attraction. I actually see this as it's just so important for you right now to just be. Take things step at a time, like just like literally smell the roses and ground yourself. And if you're feeling not great, like go and do something that you're like, my heart just wants to do this right now. Like maybe you want to go have a coffee with a friend in the middle of the day or something, or maybe you want to just go outside and just be. Like it's so funny. I feel like your energy, it's like it's not about the goal, it's about just being. Like that's all living is. You can set goals and you can just only focus on going place to place, but that feels gross. Like it actually, it's like you're just trying to rush through life, and the being part, like that's the whole point of reaching that goal, is to experience all those moments and all those relationships and all those things and the development and growth on your way to that goal. So I don't know. I feel like you get that. I don't think your partner did. Um, yeah. And I just feel like I love your guys' energy. I know it's really sad right now. I can feel that it's very sad, but it's just so gentle and it's so loving. And I just want to say, like, you are great people. I keep saying that because I'm not sure if, even though I'm saying it, you're kind of like, well, people just say that. Well, you actually are. You're a great, great person. Okay. You're so gentle and you're so compassionate and you see the whole perspective. Like I said, I think that is like something your partner couldn't do themselves. They couldn't honestly do that. And I don't know if you realize that about them. Because like I said, it's really weird and kind of like diluted the way they said they left, but actually what they were actually feeling. Yeah, they did not value you or honor you, and they like for some reason, I don't know, I don't want to say just want to say destroy you, but like it was almost like they had to bring you down to justify why they were leaving you. Like that is just so weird to me. I don't like that. I don't like that energy at all. It's just being. And then over here, so for the future energy, what I love is I actually see this wedding card is like manifestation and energy. This situation involves marriage. So I see like this woman here, like looking up at this person and like manifesting this person in and being like, oh my gosh, it worked. They're real. The person that I wanted, my divine counterpart, the person that is going to support me and value me, is here. Like it's funny. It's like a shock. Like, oh, I actually did it. I manifested them in. And they are someone who's willing to commit to me. They are someone who is willing to see my value. I can't say that enough. So then I just feel like as encouragement, I feel like there's you manifesting it in, knowing what you want, just like this imagine card was talking about. Like imagine what it would be like and feel like to have someone who actually valued you and could do all these things that you like wanted in a relationship. So I do see engagement as a confirmation, and every time it's like they keep saying divine counterpart, your counterpart that aligns with you and is right for you and like aligned with you, all these beautiful words. And then here's just little confirmation, it's worth waiting for. There's some clearing and healing work. But you know what I love about this is it's saying like you're gonna get there. Like you're feeling through the emotions, your heart is gonna heal. Do not let this one person's actions make you bitter or fearful of love again, because this person is not a good representation of most people. They had a lot of shadow that they were not honest about with themselves. They were not honest about with you. This is not on you, okay? This is not on you. That is very big thing I want to reiterate to you. I can feel that there was a lot that you tried to do, and I think that's even why you're so sad. Is you're like, there's like, I tried, maybe didn't try hard enough though, but that is just such a false belief. You were just a little amazing person, so don't you dare go beating up on yourself about that. Okay. Yeah, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And I just feel like this is going to happen when you're ready for it, because some of you here are just like, I almost feel like you can feel sick about the idea of having to get back into a relationship, which is so fair, which even like makes me think you guys are handling this in a very healthy way. You're waiting until you feel better and healthier, and like you can be a good person and you can be ready for it. And I have so much respect for you. Okay. I'm trying to throw all the true compliments out there because I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling like you do not know how valuable you are, because someone did not show you in the right way just how much you're worth. And I'm so sorry for that. You did not deserve that. So that being said, I think this is all I have for you. I do feel like, I always feel like there's like one more card I want to pull just to like really encourage you to move out there in the world. Let's just say like one more card just to summarize anything else this beautiful pile one might need to know. Okay, oh, we got two. Family, culture, and creative. I've actually never seen this card come out. I've literally never seen it. Crazy. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. Ooh, and you know what I love? Once again, I'm just feeling like you just surround yourself with other people. If you were one of those people where you felt like you kind of lost out on some friendships, you didn't pursue deeper connections with your friends because you're prioritizing your partner or your relationship, this is your time to go and, I want to say, run with the horses, run with your people, do things. Maybe you're going to go dancing, ecstatic dance. It's like, I can't remember what the word is, but it's like where you dance out your emotions. I feel like you can make great people there, or you might even have a friend who might want to go. I can see you I just feel like you need like a sisterhood or a brotherhood right now, depending on who you are in this relationship. But it just feel like, I think you need to be around people of your own gender, because I hate to say it, I feel like there was a wounding in this around. And once again, I do feel like you will get over this. This won't be long term, but you just need to be held by people who are non-threatening to you, who you're not going to worry about they'll form some weird attachment to you while you're grieving. We just want supportive people for you right now. And I feel like there's just so many around you. You might not know them that well, but once again, I keep getting, if you reach out to people, you'd be surprised at how supportive they are right now. And then family culture, learn more about your family stories and histories. So this is interesting. This might be a little confirmation if some of you are like, I feel like my parents, or like one of my parents or my aunts, my grandparents, all had a similar pattern in types of people they chose for partners, and they might have acted in the same way that you were just treated here. So there's a little bit of a thing there being like, this might be a little bit of an ancestral pattern, or, like family kind of issue coming through. But I do also feel like it's saying like, you know what, I take that back. I'm not getting that. Yeah. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I just tuned in a little bit more and like, nope, that's not a message for you guys. Yeah. So I do feel like they're saying like there is some ancestral, I don't want to say maybe trauma / patterns that are going on in relationships that you might be literally working through or clearing, as you learn each time and don't accept this kind of behavior again. So just good on you. I feel like, oof, you're really learning it. Okay, this is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I just wish you the best on your journey here, and just remember you're so lovely, okay? Don't beat yourself up over this. You're worth so much more. You are valuable, and as we can see, there is someone worth waiting for. Literally, you got the 2 marriage cards. Someone who is better for you is going to come in. So I'm just going to clear the energy one more time, just because I know a lot can come up in these kind of readings. So I think I'm going to do this. Let's do 4 times again. It is my number, so here we go. One more time. Okay. You guys have an amazing day. Hello, pile 2. So you all chose the pink cup here, or the the angels and ancestors oracle cards. That being said, we are just going to ask, what do you need to know about love, all in your highest good and love and light right now, pile 2. I think I want one more. There we go. And I'll pull these cards in just a sec here from the romance deck, but let's look at these ones first. So we have High Priestess, Harness, Mystic Power, Seer, see beyond the current situation. What's very interesting about this card too is I'm like just getting such a strong message from it already about although you cannot actually see what's going to come next. So like I feel like you are probably someone who's very intuitive, who's very like connected. I feel like you probably do like oracle card readings, or you do your own card readings, or you do Reiki, you do some sort of spiritual work. I feel like normally you can see a little further ahead, and it's saying they know. It's actually intentional that you can't directly see what is coming in specifically next, but they want you literally to just take a different perspective on what's going on right now in your current relationship. So it's okay. It's almost like that trust message where I feel like it's saying trust that everything is working out for you. Trust that there's a better way through, even though you can't know it. And usually when we're blocked like this, it's because we'll get in our own way if we can actually see what's coming in. We might do something to alter it from coming in, and it's in our highest good and love and light. So it's actually like one of those, like, maybe for you a little bit frustrating cards to come through, but actually for when I see it, it means good or great shit is happening for you, but you might get in your own way. So just trust and know that there's a lot more happening beyond the current situation that is all going to work out for you, okay? We have Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. We have Elder, Move Beyond Ancestral Patterns. She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. Great Teacher, Learn from Spiritual Experiences. And White Witch, Be the Light. So honestly, right away, guys, you know what? Maybe I'll shuffle these so that they're a little lined up nicer. Kind of want them like this. I have the same impression as from pile 1, that this pile was left by someone. Sorry, I'm just, it's just like, I'll just take a second to see. Did you break up with them, or did they break up with you? You know what? I feel like it's kind of like that gray line where I feel like they either broke up with you or they did an action which made you feel like the only possible outcome was for you two to break up. That's kind of the energy. So they made a decision that was very hurtful and intentionally not thoughtful of the relationship or of you and your emotions. They didn't value the relationship enough or something like that. They chose something over it, and it was to you very clear that this relationship would not continue due to that decision. Or they just straight up broke up with you, which I'm sorry in both cases that was something you had to experience. It is very interesting because the next thing that is just pulling my attention so hard here for you guys is there's two, like, you are a goddess, you are powerful, you are strong. Do not let this make you feel any less valuable, any less strong in who you are. And you instead just keep knowing you're worth more than whatever they did that did not show value towards you or did not show value of the relationship with you. You do not have to be a woman if you chose this pile. But unfortunately, like I've said in some of my other videos, like if the dominant energy is female, then I just usually go with that because it is a general pick a card reading. Sorry, my one cat is staring at me and just meowing. So if you can hear that. It's just him because he's a little bit bored right now. It's getting to that time of day where he wants me to entertain him for the rest of the day. So anyways, so harness your mystical power and unleash the wild within. I just feel like this is your time to really stand true to who you are. I know people say that all the time, but like if you in any way made compromises in this relationship, oh, sorry, camera battery's dying, just have to switch it quick. Okay, sorry about that. I was just somewhere in the middle of saying that if you made compromises on what you wanted, or maybe even compromised on some things you wanted to do because of this relationship, and you wanted to honor the relationship and give time to it or respect the other person's opinions about, maybe you had like a hobby you want to do. This is so random. I don't know if this is a thing anyone's going through, but maybe you wanted to learn how to pole dance because you think it's really crazy and be a great workout. It would make you really strong, and say your partner was like, I'm not into that. I don't want my partner to be a pole dancer and blah, blah, blah. Or you want to do some kind of like aerial kind of, what is that called? Yoga or something. I just feel like there was something that you really wanted to do, and you might have felt a little shamed by your partner and didn't feel like you could pursue it. This is the kind of stuff where it's like, now you just go on and embrace that and you do that. And for some of you, it was even like pursuing like some religious courses or spiritual courses. So maybe you wanted to take a tarot class. Maybe you wanted to join, some of you, I'm like, I think some of you straight up wanted to join like a witch coven or something like that. And they just weren't for it. They were like, no, I just don't want to be with someone who does that. I don't want to support you, blah, blah, blah. And I think you, out of respect for the relationship and out of valuing this partner and wanting to stay with them and work through things, I think you might have been the one compromising. So when I see this, I feel like it's like, hey, y'all, you guys just go out there and you be you and you embrace all of it. You embrace your like Egyptian goddess. Some of you might go and like do some activations on light language, how to speak light language, how to channel light language, how to I don't know, like remember Lumerian lifetimes. I don't know. I feel like all that kind of stuff out there, I feel like you're just going to go hard into it. And I feel like that is where you're being confirmed to go. You follow your heart and you do not hold back. You just fully embrace that beautiful you. Yeah, you've got this. Definitely very, very spiritual little people. Be a white witch, be the light. I just love this. This is just, once again, also saying like, step into that power and do not let other people judge you or let other people's judgments stop you. Never let that stop you again, because you know what you want, and like, it's your life. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can't say that enough. And I also do just feel like the whole witch coven thing, I feel like there's something to that. There's some kind of like women's group, I think, that you wanted to join. And just like we're kind of talked out of it or asked to not do it. Or a retreat. For some of you too, there was like a retreat opportunity that you turned down that you really wanted to go to. Sorry, I was gonna say something else about this, but then I kind of got, paganism. I was like, some of you also might really have always been drawn to paganism, and then same thing, maybe your partner was like, that's weird. Maybe they came from religious upbringing, or they just like didn't like the idea of having to tell anyone that you were a pagan or believed in pagan ways. All that stuff. I feel like it's saying just throw that out the window and you be you, because it looks like you want to actually explore kind of everything. Like here we have like Egyptian, Lemurian, Atlantis, Isis, the Order of Isis, kind of like the Magdalene, Sophia codes, all this shit is coming through for this card. And then over here we have like the more traditional like gypsy practices, the old Russian tea reading stuff. I feel like, what do they call that? It's not, I can't remember the other thing they call it, like crystal ball reading, but it's also called something else. Scrying, sorry. That was the word I was looking for, scrying. And then here we have like going the total other way and going more like I feel like, what would I say that? I don't think it's Buddhist actually. No, you're not really into the Buddhist stuff. I can see you going to like a crystal cave or a Himalayan sea salt cave and meditating and just really getting to know your own awareness, your own mind. Like, I just feel like you're just into all of it. And then over here, I love this too. I feel like it's just like representing also your respect for like the Aboriginal culture and shamanic ways and shamanic studies. And then we also, of course, got the witch and pagan rituals and respecting their heritage. And then I feel like when the she-wolf comes in, it's like all these things that you have explored just makes you into the in like the complex, multifaceted person that you are, and you're just going to be birthed into something completely new. And then we kind of have great teacher at the end of all of it, where you teach other people. And what I like about this is that I like that he is not hanging on to that bird. It's almost like you are just going to share the information that you have learned, and you're going to let it go out there in the universe for whoever who needs to catch it, for lack of better words, who needs to hear it. But you're not going to hang on to or control how that happens, how people have to learn from you. It really feels like you're just like, here, this is what I've got. If it helps, take it. If it doesn't, don't. So I don't know, I almost feel like this is talking about your journeying that you're going to make until you become this great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences, learning from your own life, and then just really coming through all this with a new heightened perspective on life. And I feel like each different modality teaches you a very different key lesson. Like, I feel like with the seer, you're going to learn that it's important to not take people's power from them. And what do I mean by that? Like, I just feel like a lot of people who seek out psychics or spiritual readings, not always, please don't take this as like an every time situation, but often they can be in a position where they're looking for answers outside of themselves, and they can accidentally not even realize it, that they're giving their power away to whatever a practitioner says. And I think you're going to really learn to not also take it, because someone can offer it to you, but you can choose not to take it. You can bring it back to them. And I just feel like that is going to be part of the lessoning that you have there. Yeah, it's so interesting. There is so much growth coming in for you. I know this is like, what do you need to know about your love life? But I think it was really just talking about like, set yourself free. I want to be like, set yourself free, girl. But like I said, I don't know for sure if you're all females. It's just the dominant energy is very feminine. Super feminine. And I think you're gonna come out so wise. And I keep getting that like this person was holding you back in some ways. And don't get me wrong, in a relationship there's ourselves making our own decisions, and there's our partners. But I feel like for you had so much respect and value for the relationship that you really wanted to honor what they wanted, and like not make them uncomfortable. But the thing is that they weren't doing the same for you. You know, they weren't trying to support you. They, I think they really like had a horrible view of all this stuff. Like, I don't know for sure, but I just get like there was a lot of like, that stuff is crazy kind of vibes. And that's where I mean, like, that's where this relationship wasn't serving you, because this feels like everything you want to do in life and in the world right now. And the fact that someone who was with you couldn't support you in this, just wasn't like, it just wasn't going to be a good relationship for you in the long run, even if they were amazing otherwise, even if they did everything else otherwise. This is such a big part of your identity and who you are as a person. And if they couldn't support that, and you had I think you had conversations around it, from what I can see, it wasn't going to work for you. I do think you did. I feel like it feels like the other person was the one who was really hard to talk to, like would shut down, would not hear it. I think you tried to have a very clear, direct conversation. And then I think that is when you decided, okay, if you can't do this, I feel like there was like an ultimatum where you're like, if you can't do this, you can't support me here, then this is going to have to end. And I think you might have directed that. So that's what I mean, where I feel like when I was tuning in, like, you feel like they kind of ended it with you because they couldn't take that step to support you. They couldn't take that step to just even not have such a negative attitude around it. So that's really interesting. So that being said, I'm just going to pull some cards here around do you want to do your future relationship? You know what? Let's just keep sticking with it as well as the first one, where we just say, what do you need to know about love right now? Pile 2. All in your highest good and love and light. What do you need to know about love right now? I don't think I quite want that one. I don't know why. I just didn't think I did. Okay. So we have getting to know each other, keep an open mind. This is interesting. A lot of clutter in these 2 cards. So, I feel like that's just representing there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of like little distractions. There's a lot of little things just keeping your attention and a lot of just uncertainty and just, I feel like almost overloaded. Here we go. We have make the effort, romantic feelings, let your friends help you, and trust. So it's kind of interesting. I do feel like this is current energy and this is a little more future. And I do feel like this is guidance. It's funny because once again, pile 2 here, they don't want you. They really don't want you to know exactly what's coming in. And they do just keep saying, because you might alter your path. You might not go down the way you're supposed to go down that leads you to there. So they're just like, here's kind of like the outline. Trust it, and know that the highest good is happening for you. I know that is annoying sometimes to hear. I know that. But I really feel like this is very clear. Like, really do know your guides are saying it. I feel like they're like, there's only one timeline option at this point. I know there's always different decisions, but they're like, just if as long as you kind of can't see too far ahead, there's only one timeline option, and it's all in your highest good, and it's the best one for you. So don't try too hard to push past that block and see, because this is the best thing for you. This is your highest good. It is coming in. And the highest good in this situation is great and loving and beautiful. It's not one of those shitty lessons that's supposed to be in your highest good, okay? That's my cat, Steve, who just decided to go up to a box and make noise. It's kind of his thing. Oh, my other cat is yelling at him for doing it. Thanks, girl. Hey, Steve. Stevie boy, do you need to do that? Do you? Okay, so energy right now is, I feel like it's saying like there's just a lot going on in your life right now. Like even just looking at all those different things you're trying to like learn about and take on, that's just a lot. And I almost even feel like they're saying like, you know what, like just take your time with things. If you meet someone that's intriguing you, you know, just kind of go slow about it. Like maybe your previous pattern is to kind of rush in or to just like kind of jump into it like quickly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but they're just saying right now, you know, there's just, I feel like you're still processing some other things. You're still trying to get grounded. So I feel like I see this, like, it's funny. I feel like I see you kind of like getting all giddy, like flirty with this other person. And then you kind of have like a little angel being like, I'm just going to sit on your lap to keep you back for a second. Just slow things down. You can keep talking, you know, keep getting to know each other. But you're rushing into this a little quickly. And you just need to slow it down a tiny bit, okay? So getting to know each other, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I feel like it's saying in the long term, it will all be better. And then keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from the usual type and expectations. So it's interesting. I don't know for sure, and I don't want to say this is for sure, like I know I just said that. I really don't want to tell you your truth, but I almost get the impression that someone who's catching your attention right now and you're feeling a little drawn to is kind of like a slightly different version of your ex. And that's why there's like this attraction. You know how like you're kind of always like attracted to your lessons you need in people? Yeah, I make that mistake all the time. So I almost feel like that's why they're saying slow down, because you're still processing through like learning. And I feel like this initial person that kind of has caught your eye, like I think it's gonna fizzle out once you kind of like learn that lesson, and then you won't be so attracted to them. And then I do feel like though at the same time there is someone else that, like it says, like that isn't your usual type, that is not even on your radar. Like even now I feel like you would be like, I don't know who you're talking about. And then even if I like try to explain it to someone you're not thinking about, you're going to start thinking about people that you're not interested in. And it's not going to be those people either. Like he is literally, I feel like, blocked from you being able to see this. And it's in your highest good, because like I said, I feel like things won't unfold in the way they're supposed to. And there's like a really great thing coming out of this. So they're just saying, keep things slow. Love is exciting and fun and flirty, and that's great. But just, you know, slow down a little bit, because you just got out of one cycle. We don't want to see you going back into the next with someone. It's just exhausting. And I just feel like you're, like, for lack of better words, ready to, like, spiral up into a new lesson, spiral out of the thing. Instead of continuing in a circle chasing your tail, you're gonna say like turn it into a spiral where you move up a level and not just keep learning the same lesson again and again. So here we have your guidance for this future relationship that they won't give you a lot of information on, because like I said, he feels like blocked by white light, like they don't want you seeing it, because it is just going to work out for your best and highest good. So it does say, I like trust. I love that. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So trusting that, yes, things can work out for you. Things can just work out magically for you. You deserve it. It's worth it. You are worth it. It's all going to work out. And then here it's like, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I feel like this is just saying, don't isolate yourself. Just work on those relationships with your friends. Get support from people. Get people's second opinions sometimes when you're like, all right, I'm getting a little boy crazy right now. Remind me what I want to do, and then they can focus you back and ground you. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I actually feel like this is making the effort on yourself, like following your heart, doing what makes you happy, not what other people want you to do, not what your potential partner might want of you. Just do what makes you happy and honor your own heart, and that will just lead you in alignment with your higher divine counterpart. And I also feel like the romantic feelings is just like a little nugget of being like, yes, don't worry, you are going to be super attracted to them. I already see that you're going to be able to communicate with them well. That might be a fear that you've had based off of other relationships. You feel like they hear you, they see you, they support you. And the biggest thing is I feel like they love you and only see you, which I just love that. I think that's great. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say for you, this pile. I mean, your color is pink, which to me is all about the higher heart. So just like finding a higher relationship, finding someone who can see you and love you as it is, and someone who I think is into the spiritual realm a little bit. So either they're kind of dabbling in it a little bit, or they're interested in it. They might be someone who's like a yogi or something. Whatever it is, it's like they're going to understand, and they're not going to have that judgment like the previous person did. And that seems really nice. So that all being said, I'm just going to ask for one more card just to sum up this whole reading for you. What is one more card just to give them, pile two, some advice here? Okay, Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. Okay, that's beautiful. I love it, because I feel like this is all about going within, knowing what's going on within your heart and not letting anything outside of you distract you. And that's a little bit what I got here, is like there's a lot of pretty things distracting you, and there's a lot going on emotionally, physically, in the environment, learning things. It's just, it's very overwhelming right now. It's very cluttered in your life. So anytime you just connect with your emotions, recenter yourself, and just ask yourself, what do I want for myself now? I want to go on this journey. I want to become this teacher. I want to feel good in myself. Like you know what you want. Just sometimes you need to remind yourself of it. Okay, that all being said, I'm just going to clear the energy again before I let you go. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this brought some clarity to you all. Hello, pile 3. So you all chose this green candle. I'll put it there. And you chose the daily guidance cards. So we're just going to ask, what do you need to know about love in your highest good in 11 light right now, pile 3? Okay, and take one more. And then I'll pull these ones here in a second. So we have confidence, heart chakra, reward yourself, child, daydream, and fresh air. Okay, so there's a few different things going on here. So first thing I see is you're having kind of a block in communication right now in relationships. I think if you chose this pile, I think you are currently with someone. And I feel like there's either like something that really needs to be communicated by you to them. There's some sort of truth within you that is not being shared with them. So it could be that you're having an issue with them somewhere, you're wanting more from them, but there's for some reason this block for you in being able to say it to them. And I'm just trying to ask why. There's also a lot of not feeling safe energy coming through. I feel like it's like what they're telling me is that there's like this fear that if you voice your needs and what you're needing, that this person will reject you or refuse you love or whatever you're asking for. But it feels like it comes back to like you feeling like love will be withheld from you. So like if you say, hey, like I'm needing help with watching our kids, or it's so funny, like I feel like this might be a pile where your husbands or wives, whichever way it works for you, might consider watching your own children babysitting, or like your job and not their job, kind of a bit of that vibe, which is always such an interesting energy because two people created that child. It's not just one person's responsibility to take care of them and meet all their emotional and physical needs. That's why it's a partnership. So I feel like this pile feels like you're a little burnt out. I feel like you're at a point where you're starting to feel like I'm like at my wit's end. I need this help. But yeah, the block is just that you feel like you'll lose the partner and they will just withhold love. I don't feel like you actually worry about them physically leaving you. I feel like you worry about them emotionally leaving you in the relationship, so not meeting your emotional needs. But you know what's crazy is I don't think they are meeting them right now, because I don't think you have time right now. That's what I'm kind of getting the impression of, and I really do feel like this pile has children. Yeah, when I see child, I don't see inner child. I see for sure your children with them. And the advice you're getting is have confidence. And this is where it's saying, like, it's talking all about communicating what you're needing to feel safe and supported in this relationship. And this card, I feel like, scares the shit out of this pile. This is like, just like what you feel you need so bad to resolve everything going on, but you feel is so impossible. And even when I look at this, like I feel like it's saying like just even dipping your toe in the water, getting that conversation started. And then it's interesting, all the flowers in I keep seeing them as wilting. Like I just feel like it's draining you, and the longer it takes to come up with this confidence to have this conversation, I feel like the harder it's gonna be to come up with a solution. And what I mean by that, I think you don't want to wait until you're at your breaking point where like you leave this relationship or someone leaves the relationship, or like I don't know, I just feel like it's like everything's gonna explode if you don't eventually get these needs met, because you can't keep going at the pace or the rhythm you've been going in. It's too exhausting for you and you feel so unsupported. And to be honest, I don't think you are being supported right now. I do just keep getting it's like your job. It's your job to do all this. It's not just your job. Like I was saying, it's very clear it takes two people, and it's a decision between two humans to bring children to this world. However you do it, whether it's through adoption or a surrogate, or if you yourself became pregnant or you impregnated someone, that's a two-person decision. It's just how that works. So it never should have been all on you to do everything. Okay? And you still are a human who has needs, and you matter. And if you do not feel like you matter to this person. That is also a really important thing to clarify. And I know this seems so hard, but I want to like be clear. There's two different energies you can go into a conversation like this with. There's the one where it's erratic. It's like you're just like so dead, you're like yelling at them. And then there's another one where you kind of even talk in the voice I'm talking to, where it's like, hey, I'm being really serious right now. I really need you to hear me. I know all those things seem really hard to say, but as you start to say it, like this is gonna just like unburden you. So I don't know. I just feel like it says have confidence. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy, I can never say that word, buoy your courage and faith. So I just talk so much about how, although you can't see how this is ever going to resolve itself and how your partner will ever be more supportive, trust that if you voice your struggles from a very vulnerable and honest place, they will be heard. There will be a solution that comes in. Because right now, I feel like if you're just saying things like, I'm tired, they're not hearing that. They're not understanding the depths of your struggle. They actually do need you to go, like what they're saying here, with your heart, come from a heart-centered place where you're not going to go into like judgment and go into that like anger and frustration with them. You're just going to be honest and say, I am so tired. I really need help because I physically can't, I physically and emotionally I can't keep up with this. And I just like, I don't know, like some of you I feel like are literally like, I'm just gonna go to a very dark place if I don't know, if I don't get a solution here. So it's just like, I just don't see how this partner is not going to be able to hear you when you're very clear about that. So you're not saying when he does this or when she does that, you're just going to say, this is what's happening with me. I really need help right now. I just really need help because I don't know how I'm going to keep being able to do this all. And I just feel like that is going to drop them from their defensive previous behavior, because I already hear some of you saying to me, I've tried, they've never listened. What I'm hearing from your guides is they're saying they've never heard you for what you've meant. They've never, like, they're just like, they're hearing of what you've said in the past as a complaint about you not thinking they're doing enough, and they get defensive. But what they need to hear is really vulnerable truth from your own heart. So you, like in that situation where you go there and you're just very honest about it. You're at your breaking point, and I feel like you guys know what other words you have to say after that. If something doesn't change, I feel like the blank is going to happen to me. Like I'm going to end up blanking. Like whatever it is, there's something that you know is true. And it is absolutely terrifying, and I can understand how hard this is, but I feel like this is one of those situations where it's like only you can save yourself here. You just need to know that your voice deserves to be heard, and your partner, although they are overwhelmed and struggling and have their own shit going on, need to hear it. I feel like they're so stuck in their own world, they haven't seen how you're suffering. And I know I keep hearing you guys say like, I've told them. They haven't heard you. They actually haven't heard you. I know it seems insane. But it's just like, they're just so caught up in their own, like, oh, I hate this and that. My life is like, I just don't like my job. My boss is an asshole, like all this stuff. They haven't actually heard you or seen you. They're just literally stuck in their own little rut. And pulling you out could be helpful, and coming up with solutions. So that's where you get reward yourself. So this is where it's talking about like you need something to change where you get some time to value yourself, and to have joy in your life. Like this is, I know you might love your kids and all that, but I feel like you're someone who, like, your kids now dominate your entire life. You're not even spending like fun time with them. It's like you feel like a servant to the household, and that is just not a good place to be in. And honestly, when I'm looking at all this, I'm like, as hard as this is, what do you have to lose? I mean, it's just like, I feel like feeling your emotions and everything that's going on, I don't know if you have much more to lose. Like, you're not quite at rock bottom, but you're pretty darn close with energy levels that this conversation, I feel like it can only go up. That's how I'm seeing it as the reader. It can only go up. But I mean, you know your situation, and yeah, I just feel like you're also just so isolated. I don't think you have time to make friends. I think even though like you might be a parent, you don't even have time to like hang out with the other parents. Like there's just you feel very alone and just always with a kid. With a kid, but the kid isn't always even really connecting to you. Yeah. And you know what I even just got, like when I saw this fresh air card, I'm like, you know what I think the issue is? It's like, so you like drop a kid off at a play date, but then you go home and do like chores, or you have to go do something else for somebody else in the family. And it's like, you would even do better if you could just go to that play date at the park and hang out and like be in the park and just relax. Like that would even be better if you could just be allowed to stay there and not go do like, I don't know, like laundry or pick up a bunch of things or pick up like little Timmy and Tomothy from somewhere else. Like, it's just saying like even slowing that down, like the smallest changes will be so rewarding and so rejuvenating for you. So yeah, you've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation consistently high level. So this is really tricky for me to do this reading for you because I feel like this is such a deep block for you. I feel like you feel so trapped that although I'm saying all this, I feel like I'm not totally sure you're even hearing me as this is possible for something to change. And I'm really sorry that is just like the place you're in. So, you know, at the end of the day, you take it or leave it. But I just, you know what? Like, this is all I can say to you. I'm sorry. So, child, you care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. So, this is so interesting. Because once again, I'm getting that, like, that's coming through as a strong message now, is like, you don't even feel like you connect with your kids because you're just taking care of them, or like I said, feeling of servitude to the family as a whole. And I feel like that is even like saddening, because I think that's even something that would energize you if you could be seen more as the loving parent who has time to connect with their kids and not just take care of them, do all the harder stuff, not doing any of the fun stuff. So that's really interesting information that's coming through. And the daydream card, this one is all about getting grounded and feeling safe. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seed of creativity. Yeah, so it's almost like saying you have to believe that something better can happen, that this situation can change. Because right now, like I was saying, I feel like you're all like, I don't know, I don't think it can happen. I've tried, they don't hear me. And I know that is so hard, because I know you have probably very clearly tried to communicate it, but they're saying you need to try again. You need to be very clear, and you need to say what you're struggling with, where you're scared it's leading you, and where you need support, any sort of change, anything at all. Yeah. So that being said, let's just pull some of these cards for what you need to know about love right now. Okay. We have separation. We have this could be the one. Religious factors. And you deserve love. So interesting. This feels like all over the place for you guys. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So this is interesting card to see. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. I feel like these two are so conflicting. It's a little confusing for me. Sometimes though, I feel like with the separation card, sometimes I see it as like lusting energy, not in like a great way, but I'm not really, I don't know. I am always drawn to the clouds in it, like the clouds in the relationship and the smokiness in it. I don't know, I think I need to take a second just to tune into this one because it's stumping me a little bit. So I'll get right back to you here. Okay, guys, I just pulled 3 more cards just to clarify this one separation card. Because like I said, I'm getting a little mixed messages from the words and then the imagery. I feel like they're saying 2 different things. So just to clarify, I pulled a couple more or 3 more from the guidance cards, and I have release and surrender, notice the signs, blessings in disguise, and interesting that there's a lot of purple. It usually means you have to just follow whatever inspiration is coming through to you. So whatever comes in and you're like, I feel like I should really do this or I really need to do that, it means just follow that. It can be guidance, it can be an activity, it can be things you feel like you need to say, but it's all saying it's divine, it's coming through from a higher source. This is going to serve you. And I feel like for some of you, you can be a little worried about doubt or self-doubt about if it's right or not. So that all said, it says, release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms, and heart to our love and assistance. And then notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. And what appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayers in the best way. So the other thing I'm just getting from the imagery on this card is I see this woman feeling herself. Like feeling herself. What does that mean? I feel like some of you are like, what does that actually mean? I just see it as like you just start to feel so good in yourself. That's where they want to see you, your guides, yourself, like feeling desirable, feeling loved, feeling attractive. Like I hate to say it, but it's pretty hard to feel desirable when you're not feeling good about yourself, when you're feeling exhausted. So when I see this coming through, it's interesting. I see like your partner over here first being like a little wounded that they realize that they have not supported you or not helped you feel safe in the relationship or valued in the relationship. But the interesting thing is when I see this image of him grabbing his own heart, it feels like he hears you. That's the difference. I really am trying to make this clear. I keep repeating myself there. I'm sorry if it's annoying, but they keep saying like, he's gonna hear you. He is gonna hear you this time when you come from this vulnerable, very open place. I don't know what changed. There is some kind of opening right now whenever you're seeing this, that he is in a place where he can hear what needs are not being met, and what you're needing, and what place you're going down if those needs are not met. So this is really interesting. So it's the separation word that's confusing me, because I don't have the impression you're actually going to separate. I'm just like double checking that. I'm like, is that true? Is that true? Yeah, the only thing I feel like I see is them being like, I need to take some time. So I don't feel like they're like physically leaving. Like, I feel like a lot of you are married, like a marriage. I feel like I can see them being like, I just need to go think. And then maybe they're like not interacting with very much for a couple of days. But I actually feel like it's them like really feeling and seeing how they have not made you feel loved, and just needing time to digest that and think of a solution on how they can manage their own time and energy, and how they can maybe shift things around in their own life to support you and bring you back to a happy place. Because what I keep seeing, like when it says this could be the one, and religious factors, you deserve love, there's a few things coming up. Like I feel like there's a lot here. Like when I see religious factors in this content, I see it as like there's beliefs in your gender roles in the family. Whatever it is, like one is like dedicated bread earner, breadwinner, is that whatever that expression is. One is caretaker of the family, and it's saying like this is actually what has been very unhealthy for this relationship, is you both being put into these roles, and I don't think either one of you want to be in the ones that you're in. And I think there is like some solutions on some things that could be solved. So neither one of you needs to feel so stuck in a rigid system or a rigid role that is not serving you at all. And when I see this could be the one, I really feel like this is saying there still is chance here and opportunity in this relationship. I know nothing can be for sure, and this is a general card reading, but I don't feel like this relationship is going to end. I just feel like there's a huge misunderstanding of each other, and I think more so on how they're understanding you. Definitely, because as soon as I said that, I was like, I feel like you've heard all their woes and all the things going on for them, but they haven't heard yours. Like I said, I think you've tried to tell them, but whatever reason, they have not registered it, they have not heard it. And so I feel like it's always you accommodating how they might feel about what you have to say, and it's like your time to just voice in a very tender, straight up, direct way. You're at your breaking point. You need support. And if you don't get support around this, you are scared or you feel like blank will happen. The relationship will end. Like I said, there's just like some word there that you guys have been saying in your head for a while. That will hit them hard. Like they will actually realize what you're saying to them. And I know that seems extreme. I know you guys are all about trying to keep it together, trying to keep the family system together and holding the burden of this relationship. But like I said, there is two people in this relationship and you're not responsible for holding it together, for taking care of everything in it. And your energy here isn't meant to be of like a servant to your children, to your partner. You deserve love, as it literally says. You are lovable. You deserve better. You deserve to not live in such chaos. So I just feel like they're saying, like, know what you want, know what you need to say, and give it another shot. This, for some reason, the timing right now is just right. And I mean, if you're watching this as this comes out, I think we're still going to be in the tail end of the Leo season, which is all about knowing your value and knowing your self-worth. So there's really a lot of energy behind you on making you stand up for yourself and see your true value. So, you know, like blessing in disguise always comes up when there's something extremely uncomfortable that we do not want to go through, we do not want to deal with, but it actually is the greatest thing for us because all that heaviness, all that weight, that exhaustion, that stress that you're carrying gets to go away once this is done with. Once you've actually voiced your concerns in a way where you've been heard, then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit. Why didn't I do this earlier? But I know that there's such a fear, there's such a stress, and there's a pattern, and there's a reason why you haven't done this, right? There is a lot of fear there. So there's just so much here about release and surrender, and know that this is all going to work out for your best and the relationship's best and the best of your children, because you really do want that relationship with them where you get to spend time with them and you don't feel like their little servant. Which you shouldn't, you shouldn't. You should be able to enjoy their company and enjoy your life, and you're not here to be of servitude. And I hate to, I know people say, I want to be a servant to the highest good. That's very different than I feel like the energy you're in. I feel like you are just not being appreciated. You're not being seen. You're not being heard by anyone in your life. You're not feeling safe. I feel like you're darn near close to rock bottom, like I kind of said at the start. So I just really feel like now is the time before you actually hit it, yeah, before you actually really hit the very rock bottom. So that all being said, I'm wondering if I should pull another card for you, just to ask for one more card to really cement everything that's going on for you, and just ask to sum it up in one word, what does pile 3 need to hear right now as I leave them to go on with their lives? cleanse and detoxify. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help you to develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress, as well as ease any sorrow at shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries, and concerns to us and feel the beautiful grace of newly purified body. You know what? When I receive cleanse and detoxify, I also feel like that means like anything in your life that needs to be cleared out. Clutter, emotional clutter, stress, just a complete detox and cleanse. So that makes sense. And the fact that it's in orange just means it brings in joy, brings in love. And actually, where did I put my phone? Here we go. I just actually really want to look up the meaning of orange tiger lilies is what I'm getting. Orange tiger lilies. I don't even know what that is. Ah, but it looks like those. So maybe that's what it actually is. Spiritual meaning. Sorry, I forgot to add that in my Google search. Spiritual meaning. Okay, cool. It says good fortune and prosperity. Tiger lilies represent confidence, strong will, and an air of nobility. The orange petals dotted with tiny black markings symbolize good fortune and prosperity. Throughout history, they have conveyed positivity and well-being. Gift them to someone of great importance in your life. I don't know, that feels really important. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of lilies too lately or something like that. A lot of orange lilies or spotted orange lilies, but I just feel like it's saying like good fortune will come from this. When we're in it, it just seems so hard and so unbearable, but they're trying to say like trust us, like you are so close to rock bottom, like things can only get better. It feels like you have so much to lose, but I feel like you've lost yourself, and that is the greatest sacrifice to make in this life, to not be able to just be and experience and love and have joy and feel safe and share and be heard. Like you're literally not I feel like you're not able to live your life right now because I don't feel like anyone's communicating with you in a way that like is receptive. You're not experiencing joy. Your heart isn't experiencing love. Like it's just not a great place for anyone to be, and you deserve so much more. Like they said here, where was it? Oh my gosh, where did I just put that card? It says like you deserve love. Oh, here we go. You deserve love. There you go. You deserve love. You deserve love. I feel like I keep saying that on like replay for you. You could record my voice and I feel like I could just say you deserve love. You deserve love. And you are lovable. You deserve love. And you are lovable. On that note, I will just clear the energy by dinging this 4 times. And I just wish you the best. I know this is so hard, but I just keep seeing like you deserve to live your life and you deserve to love it. You absolutely deserve to love it. Okay? It is your life.